name is Brittney Chin, but I'm also known as Nailgasms. I've been playing with nail polish since I was in elementary school, and I've since developed that into my career, and I've been licensed for 5 years this year. Today I'm going to show you 3 different nail looks. The first one's going to take 50 minutes, the second one's going to be 90 minutes, and the third is going to be 3 hours. Now let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my cuticle pusher. With a gentle yet firm motion, you're going to push your cuticles back. This is my electric file bit that I use on natural nails. This is perfect for going around the cuticle and cleaning up all of that dead skin. I like to go around from the corner to the side. Now, if you don't have an electric file or you don't feel comfortable, you can always use the buffer block. I go in a little bit of a circular motion. So now that we've filed around the cuticle area, it's important to prep the rest of the nail. You can go at a diagonal angle and gently etch the whole surface of the nail. Now we're going to move on to the actual gel manicure part of this look. When applying a bonding agent, you want to make sure that you stay away from flooding the cuticle area and the sidewalls, but make sure that you cover the whole nail because this will help allow the gel polish to adhere for a long period of time. So apply a thin layer of base coat to all of your nails. I start further away from the cuticle and push my way back. Make sure that you go around the free edge to ensure that there is no lifting. Once you're done polishing, go ahead and place this into the LED or UV lamp and cure for the appropriate amount of time. For my first coat of gel polish, I'm going to go in with my opaque black and apply further away from the cuticle area and push back. Now rotate your nail so you can see the sides and glide the brush along. So now that this first layer of black is cured, I'm gonna go ahead and follow that up with this gorgeous glitter black. You wanna make sure that you cover the whole surface area that you painted black. That way there's no gaps where there are no sparkles. So for the next step, we're gonna be using a no-wipe top coat. With nail art, normally you wanna do the art before the top coat. But since we're applying a pigment, it's important to do a no-wipe top coat first so that we have a smooth surface so the pigment doesn't stick to what we don't want it to stick to. So now that this top coat has fully cured, I'm going to take a really fine liner brush and a really pigmented white gel paint and place some of that onto my tile. Now I like to drag my brush through the paint to make sure that I get enough paint in my entire brush. Go ahead and place the brush down and angle downwards while rotating the finger. That's how you get a nice thin line. Now with my spider webs, I do like to keep the center a little bit thicker and then trail off towards the ends. Now we're gonna create the inside of the spider web. If you thought the other brush was thin, this brush is like super thin. Now this is kind of like a half circle shape, and you wanna use a very light motion and drag your brush. And we're gonna create these little half moon, half circle shapes all the way down. So what I'm gonna do is take my cleanup brush with some acetone. So just very gently pushing the gel polish back in a circular motion, and this gets rid of any unwanted gel polish. Do not cure this yet. Right here is the glow-in-the-dark pigment and a clean cuticle pusher. You're gonna wanna go ahead and scoop some up and gently dust it over the nail. Make sure you rotate the fingernail to make sure you get into the corners. You do not brush this off. And we're gonna go into the lamp and set the powder into the gel. This has been in the lamp for a full minute. When I take this manicure brush and dust off the powder, you'll see that it has actually adhered to where we painted the spider web. So here's the finished look for the 50-minute quick nail art. What's great about this is that it's not just a flat black. There's a lot of sparkle involved, and the spider web design can be put on any length nail and any shape nail as well. Since I don't want to bore you guys with prep, The prep is going to be the same throughout all 3 looks, so I'm going to jump right into color. We're going to be using a really nice orange shade called Summer Lovin' Having a Blast. So I'm going to go in on the pinky, the middle, and the index fingers. And this is going to be a base for our glitter gel. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this into my LED UV lamp. I'm gonna go in with my second color, and I'm gonna place this on the ring finger and the thumb. So this is the fun part. We kind of get to feel like a mad scientist, and we pick multiple different colored glitters, different textures, shapes, sizes, and we're gonna make our very own glitter gel. For this, we're going to need a tile, a base gel. So I like to use Young Nails Build Gel, a painting knife, as well as your different glitters. This one is a black holographic. This one is a finer fairy dust. This one is a little bit of a chunkier fish scale look. And then this one is a deeper black, so this will give us that deep, dark look that we're going for. So using this, I'm gonna scoop out some of the product. So I like to spread it out on my tile, make sure that it's kind of thin. So I'm gonna start off with my dark black glitter, but you just wanna sprinkle it on. So I'm gonna go in with the fairy dust, and I'm just gonna tap this on top, holographic black. I'm just gonna dust that over. To add a good amount of texture, we're gonna add these guys. So what I like to do is kind of push the glitter down into the gel. You're going to scoop it and smush it around and mix it all together. You do want this to be on the thicker side. Look at how much dimension that has. This is what I use for my glitter gel. I'm just gonna pick some of this up and apply it to my nail. I'm just gonna brush that on, kind of swirl it and push it into place. Now don't worry if this applies a little thick or uneven. We can always file it if needed and buff it to make it smooth before we top coat it later. Now the thing about this gel is that it moves really fast. I'm gonna hold my hand upside down, and this is gonna allow the gel to form a nice apex. And then once I'm ready, I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand right side up and inside the lamp. So now that that glitter gel is nice and cured on the thumb, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the same thing to the ring finger. And you can see the depth and dimension in that ring finger. And now we're gonna make our orange glitter. So these are the 4 glitters that I'll be putting into our orange mix. I'm going to put some of that clear build gel onto the tile. And I'm gonna go in with the first orange shade. Going in with our chunkier glitter, you do wanna have at least 2 different textures. Now this is the darker orange. And then going in with our last fun orange, I'm gonna just cover up the rest of those blank areas. I am just going to smooth this out, and I'm just gonna push it down. Oh wow, guys. Okay, I like this one. I'm going to pick up the color and apply this one to the middle finger first. I am doing kind of like swirly motions, and I am barely touching the gel. Like almost like you don't want to make the gel angry. I'm going to go ahead and cure these in my LED UV lamp. So we're gonna put a pumpkin on the accent nail this time. Going back in with the Summer Lovin', I'm also going to be using my Blanc Luxa Gel Pod. I'm gonna do the pumpkin on the tip of the nail. Oftentimes, color doesn't show up well on black. I'm going to draw our pumpkin first in white. Now, I am drawing upside down. Don't judge me too harshly. And you can make this as big or as small as you would like. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the lamp to cure, and then we're gonna coat it with the orange. You're gonna see how bright it is versus if I just put this on the black. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that white that we used earlier. I'm going to grab the tiniest bit of orange and mix it in. This is gonna create a very, very light orange that I'm going to use to create texture to our pumpkin. So I'm gonna go ahead and cure this because you need to cure gel in between each layer. Our pumpkin needs a stem, so I'm just going in with a little bit of green gel paint, and again, into the LED UV lamp. So I like to outline my art, and I chose this liquid gold color. I think it goes really well with the orange. Now we want to go in and outline the sections and make it a little chunky. And I'm going to add a highlight to our stem. And I'm also gonna highlight a little bit in here. I'm going to apply my top coat. So here's the finished look. I love how there are 2 different colors on the nails, including the thumb. This nail art was definitely worth the 90 minutes. Why would a set of nails take 3 hours? First, we're gonna be sculpting some really long stiletto nails out of a custom mixed glitter acrylic, and we're also going to be including some fun nail art inside the actual nail itself. We're going to need some clear acrylic, a clear acrylic with holographic glitter, a black and a purple acrylic, your liquid monomer of course, a dappen dish, your forms since we're going to be sculpting out the nails. I chose 7 different glitters, but I think that's because I like glitter so much. Also, I'm using Galaxy Hollow Flakes as well as Chameleon Flakes and also a loose glitter. Now to create the base, we're going to pour some of the clear acrylic, and this is going to be the majority of the acrylic mixture. Add in some of that holographic clear, and then we're going to go ahead and add in the glitters. You want to add different shapes, sizes, and textures along with different shades of color. And I'm just gonna mix that up and make sure that the glitter is fully incorporated. Now, after doing the same prep from looks 1 and 2, you're gonna want to apply your form. Take out this center piece and apply it to the back of your form. Since I'm doing this on myself, I am going to pre-close this. I'm going to apply it to my ring finger. So you're gonna wanna finish pinching this form up underneath the nail. I'm gonna take some black acrylic and apply that and blend down the nail. I pulled the black down a little bit more, and now I'm going to add the purple. I'm gonna apply it in the center and feather it backwards. We wanna add the purple to about 2/3 down the nail. This is all thin layers because we're gonna be adding more acrylic on top. Now that we have our black and our purple down, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the custom glitter mix along with the nail art pieces. This is the holographic flakes going on. I'm also going to be adding the chameleon flakes. Pick up some of the glitter and apply it down towards the middle of the nail and feather it down. Again, add your Galaxy Hollow pieces. I'm adding the chameleon flakes as well as the loose glitter. Go ahead and let that set. I'm going to pick up a decent sized bead of the clear holographic acrylic and place it towards the cuticle and pull it down. I'm going to pat that into place and angle my finger down so that the acrylic can flow on its own. Now that I've encapsulated the nail, you can see that I've built it up on the side, but you do want a little bit of an apex that slopes down to the tip. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the forms. When I have really long nails, I like to use not only my hand file, but also my electric file because that makes my job a lot easier. I like to use it to go along the sidewalls and flatten these out. Now that I've filed the sidewalls with my hand file, I'm going to take my electric file on medium to high speed and file the shape of the rest of the nail. So nobody likes bumpy nails, so you're gonna wanna take the buffer side and buff your nails smooth. So filing and buffing leaves a lot of nail dust on our skin and on our nails, so you're gonna wanna take your manicure brush and some alcohol and get rid of all of that dust. I'm going to apply a no-wipe top coat on top of these nails, and you guys are gonna see the magic happen. This is when our dull glitter goes super shiny. Now look at that sparkle. I think I can honestly stare at these nails for hours on end. Today we created 3 different looks. The 50-minute look was quick, simple, easy, and it's something that can definitely fool your friends into thinking that it took more than 50 minutes. The 90-minute look took the glitter up a few notches, and I especially love creating these nails on my clients because they don't have to break the bank to look good, and they have amazing, stunning nails. Lastly, the 3-hour look definitely added a good amount of length to our nails, as well as depth, dimension, and a bunch of fun nail art. Plus, they kind of double as a weapon, but shh, you didn't hear that from me. No matter your skill level, just remember the most important thing is to have fun and be creative. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out through my Instagram at nailgasms. Don't be shy, just slide into my DMs and I'll be happy to help.